Day 3, creating a minimum viable offer. Creating a minimum viable offer. So far, day 1, you've learned how to define your niche and then how to choose your monetization path. And today is going to be a game changer, and it's not going to be like a regular class. We are going to create, or you are going to create your own first offer. All right. So by the end of this session, you'll have a draft offer that people can actually pay for. And that is the goal. From the first day of this training, I made it clear that this is not a training where we teach you how to apply for Facebook monetization or how to get monetized on YouTube, getting your 4,000 watch hour and 1,000 subscribers. This is a program that helps you understand what you do, who your audience are, how you can solve their problem, and then create a product that you can sell to them. So today we'll be talking about MVO, right? Which is what? Minimum viable offer. All right. So one of the things I've come to discover most times is that too many creators wait until everything is perfect before they start selling, right? But here is the truth. Money loves speed. Yeah, money loves speed. Okay. Now, one of the reasons why you don't need to, wait until things are perfect, like we can see this reflect in so many brands, current brands we work with. For instance, 3 days ago, I noticed an update from WhatsApp where it gives you the ability to share your status, right? You just have to turn on the setting, then someone can reshare your status. Okay. I remember before now, there was nothing like WhatsApp business. And even with WhatsApp business, when it was launched, there was nothing like, short message, short links, and a whole lot of features we see now. So, what do you think would have happened if WhatsApp has been waiting for 5 years, 3 years, 10 years to get everything in place before they launch? So, they may not even be in the market today. All right. So, the reason why we say money loves speed and at the same time your action matters is because it helps you feel the market, get a feel of what the market looks like, and understand what works. And then to make this practical, or to make this a reality, or to make this traceable, we have a concept called MVO, right? Minimum viable offer. All right. We have a concept called MVO. Now, what is an MVO? It is the smallest, simplest version of your product or services that you can launch quickly to test if people are willing to pay for it or not. Okay, the smallest version of your product. Okay, the smallest ever version you could create of your product to test whether people will buy or not. This is very, very important. Okay, it doesn't need to be your final product. All right, it doesn't need to be a polished big product. It's just your first step to test the market and see how it is and how it works. All right. Now, like the example I gave earlier, Facebook today we see has a lot of features. Sometimes, most times when we update the app, there is something new we would always discover from this tool, from this platform. Okay. Now they never wait. Okay, imagine this is 2025 and Facebook has been in existence for a decade, more than a decade now, right? Even more than 2 decades, if I'm not mistaken. So imagine Facebook was waiting to get everything in place, like the features we enjoy today, right? Before launching their product. What would have happened? There will be nothing like Facebook. Okay. But Facebook launch, when they launch even new products or new services, and then they get feedback from the audience, those feedbacks help them decide whether to take off that new feature or implement it well or enhance it. Okay, so MVO is just that strategy that helps you launch first with the smallest version of your product. Okay, I have a couple of examples I'll be sharing with us as we proceed in this class, and I know it's really going to be impactful to a good number of us that are here today and that has taken that decision to be on this call. Okay, so take it at the back of your mind that MVO actually helps you understand the market. Okay, it helps you understand the market so that you know what to do and then you put it to practice. So I'm going to share about 4 examples with us. The first one, an example of a fitness coach. All right. Now, a fitness coach selling a 1,000 naira 7-day meal plan before launching a big online course. Okay, so imagine waiting first to launch the course. You are putting everything you want to do in place, like you feel everything must be perfect before you officially launch that course. Okay, before you officially launch that course, how about you start with something small, you get feedback, and then you proceed with what you feel will work well for you. You get? Now, a second example is like a jewelry seller, okay? Selling the 3 best-selling earring designs before a full collection. Most brands, most companies we know today started with one product. They are known for that product and then they enhance the product as they grow. One of my favorite brands, Dangote, for instance, we know Dangote as a company that produces cement. But today it is beyond that. Why they were doing that, why they started, why they launched their first product, they also understood the market, get feedbacks from people, see what the basic necessities and commodities are, and they provided more of that. Okay. Now, a writer, okay, a writer can actually launch a 1-page book or template before writing a full book, right? This writing thing in the online space is a very lucrative skill that, if well applied, you actually get your desired results. Why did I say so? Like I said in one of the classes, this was actually my starting point. I started writing. Okay. I started writing, make a research about something, write about it, and then put the solutions in a PDF of about 10, 15 pages, and also create a 3 to 5 page PDF again that I use to sell the main book. So I give out the free one, right? Just to get people's information, and then I upsell the main book to them. And through the free book, they also get access or link to buy the paid book. So it's actually a strategy, all right? So these things are very, very important. Understanding them and applying them in the right way will help you take your brand to a good level, right? A level whereby um, you are sure that something would work before you go on to invest in it. All right. The fourth example here is about a tutor. A tutor deciding to hold a free one-on-one class first, okay, or then before asking the students to pay to upgrade. Okay, many brands we see today apply this in their businesses. Okay, many brands, almost 90% of the brands online, digital, globally, use this strategy for their products. Okay, sometimes you see a company offering a product or service and they tell you to give it a try and you will get 1 minute, 1 week free. Okay, when you give it a try, after 7 days or after 14 days, then you can upgrade for a paid plan. Okay, so this is also an example of an MVO. All right, so the key thing about MVO is to start small and learn fast. Okay, the feedback you get from your MVO will now guide you on a bigger offer. All right, the feedback you get will now guide you for a bigger offer. I would want to guide you on how to create your MVO. Then I'll give you some examples of what it looks like. And in between this class is where our tax will come in before our wrap up. Okay, in between this class is where our tax for today will come in before I wrap up. All right, so now I want you to create your MVO. And these are a couple of questions you ask yourself. All right. What's the simplest version of your products or services? The simplest version. What is the simplest thing you can ever render as a service to a customer? Now, let me tell you something. Some people feel they don't have a product or service. They don't even know what to sell, right? But trust me, your knowledge, right? The knowledge, the things, the investments you've made yourself in learning and acquiring skills and the rest is something you can also sell. You know how to do designs. You're very, very good at designs. There are people that struggle with designs, right? If you are able to position yourself well based on what we've been learning from day one and define your audience as we did in day two and deciding your monetization path, you will be able to get people's attention, or you'll be able to attract the audience of those that would likely buy your product when you have a product for them. Okay, so you don't limit yourself because you feel it's not time to face the market. You don't limit yourself because you feel you are not a graduate yet. You don't limit yourself because you feel you've not gotten a particular certification, so you can't do or carry out certain tasks. As long as it is something you are good at, you can bundle it as a product, as a service, and you sell online. I remember when I was in school, my days in school, I told you guys I teach accounting and calculation-based courses online. Now, there was a time I wanted to speak, like the early days of my brand, when I was going around pitching about my business and the rest, the tutorial side. So somebody stopped me and told me that I should stop what I'm doing, else I'll get myself sued. I was like, why? He said, how would you go to schools and invite students to come for your tutorials when you are not even a chartered accountant, when you are not yet a BSc holder? So, what is the qualification that you have to teach this course? So, at some point, I was scared and I was like, this was true. I think for like 1 week, almost for like 1 month, I was just, you know, in that thought of oh, there is no need to do this. So they are going to arrest me and take me to prison. I cannot defend it. But then on the second thought, from the feedbacks I've gotten, my MVO, the little people I've been teaching and getting positive feedbacks from, I was like, no, if these people get value from what I offer, then it means um I am good at it and I can make money from it because I'm also helping people that struggle with it to scale through. Okay, so that brought back my confidence and I continue what I'm doing, and it's really scaled up to be a very big brand for me. All right. So now ask yourself again, what's the smallest version of my product, your product or service? It must not be a physical product. It can be a digital product. We talked about it in our last class. All right. Now, the next thing you will ask yourself is, what problem does it solve right now? What problem does it solve right now? Don't worry, I'm going to give us some example that may guide us, okay, on how to create this. Okay. So what problem does it solve right now? And then how can I deliver it quickly in 3 to 10 days max? How can I deliver it quickly in 3 to 10 days? Now, there is a format I want you to use. And if you remember from the very first day of this training, we've tried as much as we can to keep things simple, all right, to keep things short, right? Unlike when you are writing for writers, writers would want to, they enjoy reading long articles. Unlike now that the attention span is very short. So you need to go straight to the point and present your offer. Now, with the format I have below, it says, first, you need to write your offer name, okay? You need to write your offer name, and next, a short description, and then you attach a price to it, okay? You can take a screenshot of this page. First, the offer name. Second, a short description. And third, a price, okay? Third, a price. Now, let me share some examples with you, at least 2 examples that will guide you. Number 1, remember I said first the offer name. Now, if we look at what we have on the screen, the offer name here is what? Glow and Go Makeup Starter Kit. That is the offer. All right, Glow and Go Makeup Starter Kit. So this is the offer. This starter kit here is the offer. All right. Now, what is the short description? The short description is a 5-step video series teaching busy women how to apply everyday makeup. Price, 5,000 naira. Now you can see how this offer is. This is an MVO, an example of an MVO, straight to the point, short and precise in one sentence. Glow and Go Makeup Starter Kits, a 5-step video series teaching busy women how to apply everyday makeup. Price, 5,000 naira. Now look at the second example. Remember, we are using the format I told you. Offer name, short description, and price. Now, this is the offer name, Back to School Tech Pack. All right, this is the offer now, Back to School Tech Pack. And then a short description is budget laptop plus backpack plus headphone. Price, 120,000 naira. Budget laptop plus backpack plus headphone. Price, 120,000 naira. I know this is not a realistic price, but remember, it is for example purposes. But then, budget laptop, it can be an Intel laptop, right? It may not even be a Core or even a Pentium laptop, whatever. But then, budget laptop, and I believe for whatever product you'll be putting out there for your MVO or as your MVO, there would be a graphic attached to it, either a picture or a video. And if you remember in the last class, I made mention of each and every one of you learning complementary skills. In this digital age, you don't learn just one skill. As you are learning public speaking, as you are learning marketing, you are learning graphics, you are learning video creation, because these things go hand in hand, except you have the big budget to hire people to render the services for you. Okay? So here comes the tax. I said the tax will be in between the class. All right? Here comes the tax. Now, the tax for you, as for our day 3 tax, is to write your draft offer. And remember, the name, the description, and the price. For those of you that have been following this class from the first challenge, the first day of this challenge, I believe you already understood what I mean or what we mean by the niche. We were able to work on our niche and we came up with our niche statement. And the second day, we did our monetization path. And then I think just few persons responded to that. So today, you now need to draft your MVO. Now, with the guidance from the first day, second day, bring it together to create your MVO. All right. Your MVO should be very, very simple. The offer name, the description, and the price. Just like the example I gave before, where I said the Glow and Go Makeup Starter Kits, a 5-step video series teaching busy women how to apply everyday makeup. Price 5,000. All right. So you need to try something like that. Okay. You need to try something like that. Now, I want to explain MVO to you in one sentence. So if at all everything I've been saying here is still a bit convincing or confusing to you, right? This is the simplest definition of MVO that I'm going to give you now. All right. And in one sentence, MVO means start small, sell fast, and test first, right? And with this concept, I am going to explain each of them with one example. When I say start small, I will explain exactly what it means and give you an example that would guide you. Sell fast, I will explain what it is, give an example that will guide you, and then test first. And then we'll call it a wrap for today. All right. So when we say start first, what it simply means is you don't need to wait until you have a big, perfect product or service. All right. Begin with the simplest version of your idea. Okay, are we together? Begin with the simplest version of your idea. All right. Instead of writing a 200-page book, start with a short 1,000 naira ebook or guide. Okay. Don't wait until you have a big, perfect product or service. Begin with the simplest version of your idea. That smallest product you have, somebody needs it. So instead of writing a 200-page book, start with a short 1,000 naira ebook or guide. Like I told you, my journey started as an information marketer. The books I was writing then, I was selling 3,500, 2,000, 1,000, 5,000. You get it? Because I wrote the book, and for digital products, you are in the best position to influence your price. So nobody, I'm not answerable to anyone for changing my prices, right? I remember once one of a medical practitioner reached out to me to buy the book. And I was like, hey, imagine. Then I've not even gone to school, right? I've not even had my university education. And then this is a medical practitioner requesting to purchase my book because he saw it online, and then the packaging and the write-up and everything was okay. He was attracted and she bought it. And I think that was even where I made the biggest sale, because like, if a doctor will ask for this book, why will I sell it to 5 or 2,000? I told her 15,000 and she bought the book. You get it? So, but imagine I've been waiting to say, okay, when I'm done with school, when I've gotten my BSc or my BEd and whatever, then I write my book. I may not be at the level I am today. All right. So start small. Okay. Start small. The next one is to sell fast. All right. Sell fast. Put it out quickly. Don't spend months planning. Let people see it and decide if they want it. All right. For example, post on WhatsApp or Instagram or Facebook, on everywhere, wherever you want to post it, with a simple caption. I just created a 7-day workout plan. Who wants it for 1,000 naira? Get feedback. Remember, the goal for MVO is to get feedback and then refine your strategy. That's why we say you need to start small. Okay? You don't wait for what we'll call the perfect time to launch. Start with what you have. Now, when you try to sell fast, the most important thing you now consider again is the test. All right? Test first. Now, you are using this first version to check if people are willing to pay and what feedback they will give. For example, if 10 people buy your guide, you know the idea works. If not, adjust and improve before going big. Right? For those of you that have been opportune to be at my office, you will see a quote on the wall that reads, think big, start small, start now. It has always been a principle and a philosophy for me. I don't wait until I feel I have it all before I launch a project or a product. As long as I believe I can do it and I've put some strategies in place, I will go on and do it. If it doesn't work, fine. If I feel like giving it a try with another strategy, I give it a try. If it doesn't work, then I let go and I push on to something else. So this reminds us, and it is very, very important, that one of the major things we must do as a 21st century entrepreneur, youths or adults or even a child, is to understand the concept of MVO. MVO will help you take your brand or your business to the level you want it to be. And it is very, very important that we understand how it works. All right. So today we've been able to talk about MVO, and this is just a quick rundown. I said so far, MVO is just that smallest, simplest version of your product or services you can launch to test if people are willing to pay. All right. The goal of MVO is not to make all the millions. The goal is to test your product, to test your idea. All right. More like validation. But then I don't want to use the word validation, because you must not wait until people validate your ideas before you launch it. All right. Then I gave some examples about the fitness coach launching a 7-day meal plan for 1,000 naira before launching an online course, a tutor, all right, having a one-on-one free class before requesting for a paid upgrade from the student. Okay, when they have a taste of your product or service for free, then they decide, in fact, they would know for themselves that it is worth paying more for. All right. Now, I ask everyone here to create their own MVO. Think about the simplest version of your product or service. Think about the problem it's going to solve right now, okay? And then how you can deliver it quickly. How you can deliver it quickly. I gave us a format to use. I said use this format: offer name, short description, and price. Two examples I talked about are: one, the Glow and Go makeup starter kit. This is an example of what? Of what I mentioned earlier, right? Of your MVO, okay? The offer name being Glow and Go Makeup Starter Kits. The short description being a 5-step video series teaching busy women how to apply makeup every day, and then the price 5,000 naira. Okay? Then we talked about your tax. I'll be expecting this tax. For those of you that have been following for the past 3 days, you must, I believe you understood where the angle I'm coming from. These things are very, very important. And if you've been dedicated to this training, you understand that you've been able to get some level of clarity on what your brand is, who your audience are, how to package your products. Okay? So do this and then understand that MVO in a simple sentence means you should start small, sell fast, and test first. Start small means that you shouldn't wait for a perfect time. Instead of writing 200-page ebook, start with a short one. Sell fast, put it out quickly. Don't spend months planning. Let people see it and then decide if they want it. Then you can even change your strategy. All right. Based on feedback, you use this version to check whether people will pay or not, and then you take the next step. So tomorrow, I'm going to teach you how to launch your products. All right. Now we've defined our niche in day one. We've chosen our monetization path in day two. And today, being day three, we'll talk about MVO. Now, these things you have been able to do within these 3 days, we need to come up with a small product or service as small as it can be, no matter how small you think it is, and we'll launch it tomorrow. Okay, I'll teach you how to launch it tomorrow, how to launch your product. Okay, so I'm challenging each and every one of you as you go back now, go back and, you know, reflect on today's class and think about a product you are going to launch tomorrow. Think about a product you are going to launch max on Sunday or Monday. Or if you want to time it, give it some kind of timely dealings, you can plan to launch it on the 1st of October, right? Think about this and then we see what we can achieve. So thank you very much for your time. I believe you all got value. For those of us that joined in earlier, thank you so much for coming and not making me feel lonely here. I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you.